Good evening, and welcome to another performance by the Reimagined Radio Project. Stories about settling what is now the Western United States are numerous. These are stories about the challenges, the dangers, and the rewards. But we have few stories about the opportunities. What if, rather pushing them out of the way, the settlers worked with the Native Americans? They found living here to build a better life for everyone. What if, rather than one suppressing the other, men and women worked together as partners to build new lives in this new place? What if we reimagine the opportunities? The Reimagined Radio Project does just that. As tonight we return to the golden age of radio and invite you to see and hear a radio performance as it is reimagined for your eyes and ears. Tonight, we reimagine the story of the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger. Horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. Hi-Yo Silver, away! With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early West. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Our story begins as 6 men guide their horses along the floor of the Box Canyon near Bryant's Gap. They seek the hideout of the Butch Cavendish gang, the strongest, most ruthless gang in all the West. Led by Captain Daniel Reed, the 6 men are undismayed by the heavy odds against them. After all, they are Texas Rangers.
All right, let's rein up, boys. Come on, let's go. Come on, easy up. Here we go. Come on. Now, all right, we're going to wait here until the scout returns.
Do you think it was a good idea to send Collins on ahead? Are you sure you can trust him?
Well, we've got no choice. We've got to trust him. We've got to know if Butch Cavendish has learned that we're heading to his hideout. Collins is not a ranger, and riding about in these parts, well, he's not going to draw any suspicion.
Here comes Collins now.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, what's the word, Collins?
Good news, Captain Reed. It's all clear. I scouted the rim on both sides of the canyon and found no sign of the Cavendish outfit.
All right, boys. All right, let's go get Cavendish. Come on, to your horses. Saddle up. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Here we go.
The guide named Collins remained behind as the Rangers moved in single file along the floor of the rock-strewn canyon. They did not know that Collins had lied, that Butch Cavendish and his killers were hiding above, on the rim of the canyon.
All right, now listen. We'll hold our fire until they're right below. The men on the other side of the canyon will start shooting when we do. We'll have those Rangers trapped between us.
That's a good idea, boss.
Yeah, right. All right. Now we'll have to shoot straight. Be sure to get all 6 of those Rangers. We can't get down to the floor of that canyon without going all the way back to the hideout. And it'll be dark in a half an hour, so don't take no chances. When a man goes down, you keep on pouring lead into him till you're sure he's dead. All right? Now get ready. All right, men. Open fire!
6 men swung from their saddles and returned the fire from both sides of the canyon.
Double cross! If any of us get out of this, we've got a score to settle with that Scout Collins!
The captain and his men fought bravely side by side, while bullets rained down upon them from above. One by one, they were killed by the outlaws. As night deepened, a figure moved among the still bodies. It was a Native American, clad in buckskin, silent as the surrounding shadows. He examined the men to whom heroic deeds had been part of each day's work.
This man is dead.
When he approached the last two bodies, the natives stopped.
I know these men. This is Daniel Reed, captain of the Texas Rangers. And there, his brother John. Many years ago, I was a young boy in trouble. My people were killed by outlaws. This man, his brother and sister, took me into their home. They raised me, sent me to a fine school, treated me as family, helped me. I will bury them both, and their fellow rangers. Then I will deliver the sad news to their sister, Jane, in Bryant's Gap.
The Native American, known as Tonto, dug 6 graves, one for each of the murdered Texas Rangers. He piled rocks atop each grave to provide a crude marker. Standing in front of the graves, he sang a song asking that each buried man have safe passage to the other world. Then he sat and waited silently for sunrise. At daybreak, Tonto mounted his horse, Big Fella, and rode slowly out of the canyon. Several hours later, he stood outside the gate to a modest ranch house, waiting for Jane Reed.
Hello. Who are you? Can I help you?
Hello, Miss Reed. Do you remember me?
Why, yes. Yes, I remember you. Tonto. You lived with us as a young boy. My, how you have grown. It has been many years. What are you doing here?
I bring sad news, Miss Reed.
Oh, no. Dan, John, are they all right? What has happened?
They are both dead, Miss Reed. Killed by the outlaw, Butch Cavendish, in the canyon beyond town. I buried them there along with 4 other Texas Rangers.
Killed? Both dead? I can't. I don't believe it.
It is true, Miss Reed. I am sorry. They are dead.
They were my brothers. They were Texas Rangers. I shared that life with them here on this ranch. Now they are gone.
You are the only one left, Miss Reed. You are the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger? The only one who knows what the Cavendish gang has done? I'm going to get every one of those outlaws for every one of the Rangers who died, including my brothers. 100 crooks are going to feel the weight of justice. I will become the Lone Ranger.
Tonto was amazed at the sudden strength surging through Jane Reed. In her eyes he saw a light that, through the ages, must have lifted the souls of strong people who fought for justice.
I will ride with you, Miss Reed. Together, we will seek justice for your brothers, for family that was once also mine.
Thank you, Tonto. I am sure your help and wisdom will be needed, and it is much appreciated. Come into the house. We must make plans.
Tonto and Jane Reed talked about the many things to do.
First, and most important, no one must know my identity. You can never call me Miss Reed again. Is that clear?
Yes, Miss. Oh. I will call you Kimosabi, which means friend and trusty scout.
Thank you, Tonto. I am honored, and I will call you Kimosabi as well. Now, those killers and everyone else must not know who I am. From now on, my face must be concealed by a mask or disguise. I will use one of Dan's vests and cut out a mask. I will wear it always. John and I were the same height. I will wear his clothes. If I cut my hair, wear his clothes, and a mask, I can pass for a man.
A masked person.
Yes. I will strike fear into the hearts of the criminals we pursue, And while I seek revenge for the deaths of my brothers, I will be fair. I will never kill anyone except in self-defense. I will capture them so they can face the justice of established law. I will help those in need, care for those who are downtrodden, and give comfort to those who have lost everything.
This is good, Kimosabi.
Now, if we are to go after the Cavendish gang, we have got to have money. My brothers Dan and John had a silver mine. Perhaps that will be helpful.
A silver mine?
Yes, a secret one. I know a man I can trust, Jim Blaine. He used to be a ranger. He will stay at the mine and work it just enough to supply the cash we will need. We will visit him in the morning. Now, let's eat and sleep. We have much to do tomorrow.
The next morning, the Lone Ranger and Tonto rode to a remote cabin that concealed the entrance to a silver mine.
Hello, Jim. How are you today?
Hello, Jane. Who's that with you?
Oh, this is Tonto. He's my trusted friend. We are here to ask for your help.
Whatever I can do, Jane. You and your brothers, Dan and John, have always been good to me. I helped them build this shack, and they let me live here. I'm much obliged.
Dan and John were murdered by the Butch Cavendish gang in the Bryant's Gap Canyon. Tonto buried them there and came to tell me the news. We are going after them, Tonto and I, and we need your help.
I'm sure sorry to hear about the death of your brothers. They was fine men.
Thank you, Jim. I'm sure they would want their half of the silver mine to be yours, and they would want you to live here and take care of things. I will need you to mine enough silver for my immediate needs. You may have the rest of my share.
No.
That's all right, Jim. You are entitled to it. You will have to do all the work. And remember, you are never to reveal the fact that I have any connection with this silver mine. I have nothing to do with it. To all intents and purposes, it belongs to you.
Well, I could refine a little ore right here in the shack.
That is what I want you to do, Jim. I will come here when I need money or bullets.
Bullets?
Yes. I want some of the ore cast into silver bullets.
Thunderation! Lead bullets are good enough to get revenge against the Cavendish gang.
I will not use the bullets for revenge, Jim. I want them to be a symbol of justice by law. I want those who see them to be reminded that sooner or later, every criminal will be defeated.
The best justice.
Yes, I made my plans carefully, Jim. I am sure I am right.
Well, when he's starting out?
As soon as we can make some silver bullets.
During the next days, the woman who had become the Lone Ranger and her faithful companion Tonto helped Jim, the retired Texas Ranger, bring ore from the mine and refine it into purest silver, which they cast into bullets. Jane Reed made a mask from her brother Dan's vest to cover the upper portion of her face. When all was ready, the Lone Ranger and Tonto turned to their mission.
Well, goodbye, you two. I'll keep an eye on things here.
Thank you, Jim. Keep a supply of silver bullets on hand.
They'll be ready.
Thanks. Get up there.
Come on, feller.
Good luck, Lone Ranger.
As the Lone Ranger and Tonto rode toward the Reed Ranch, they discussed what lay ahead of them.
My horse is a good horse, Tonto. Loyal, faithful, and brave. But if I'm going to chase down outlaws, I must have a horse that is faster. I wish that... Tonto, we have heard stories of a wild horse, a fiery white stallion.
Yes, Kimosabi. He has been seen in Wild Horse Valley, over that way.
As the Lone Ranger and Tonto rode toward Wild Horse Valley, the fiery white stallion they sought fought for his life against an angry bull buffalo. The white stallion dodged and sidestepped charge after charge, rearing high to strike at the buffalo. He was nimble and courageous, but his strength began to wane as the battle wore on. The buffalo lowered his head and pawed the ground, making ready for the death charge. And then 2 shots rang out. The buffalo shuddered from the impact of the Lone Ranger's silver bullets. For an instant, he stood motionless, then fell. Cruelly battered and bruised, the white stallion lay quietly, but his soft eyes watched every move as the Lone Ranger bathed his wounds and washed dust from his delicate nostrils with a damp cloth. For a long time he rested, then scrambled to his feet.
I will get a rope before he runs away.
No, wait, Tonto.
But he is getting away, Kimosabe.
Let him go. He deserves his freedom. He fought for it.
He is stopping.
Yes, he has turned. He is looking at us. See how white he is?
Yes, Kimosabe. He is a silver white.
Silver. That would be a name for him. Here, Silver.
He is very wild.
Yes, but look. He is coming toward us.
Yes.
Silver. Silver, you beauty. Tonto, hand me a halter.
Here it is, Kimosabe.
If he could only know how badly we need him. Steady there. Steady, Silver.
Look, he is letting you use the halter.
The saddle, Tonto.
Oh, Kimosabe, no horse like that will take a saddle.
There never was a horse like this.
As the mighty stallion felt the pressure of the saddle on his powerful back, every instinct told him to flee. But he stood his ground, submitting to the Lone Ranger who had saved his life. It was not gratitude that kept him there. It was something stronger, some mysterious bond of friendship and understanding.
Silver. Silver, we are going to be partners. Yes. I'm going to saddle up, Silver. Do not be afraid. Steady now, fella. Easy. Steady, Silver. It is all right, big fella. Tonto, he is willing. Now we are going after Cavendish and his gang. Come on, Silver.
The powerful white stallion seemed to know what his new friend desired. He was eager to please, eager to show his strength and speed. No hooves had ever beat the plains like those thundering hooves of the great horse Silver, urged on by the Lone Ranger, calling out,
Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
The Lone Ranger and Tonto quickly captured members of the Butch Cavendish gang. Only Butch Cavendish himself remained at large, and the Lone Ranger and Tonto followed him toward the northwest. One night they made their camp on a bluff overlooking the Oregon Trail. On the plains below, they saw the light from several campfires.
There's another wagon train, Tonto.
Yes, I see it, Kimosabe. Why are they traveling this trail?
Someday the West will be just as rich as the East. These pioneers are the people who will make it rich with their homes and businesses and farms. What is that? Listen.
It sounds like buffalo. They are stampeding.
That must be a herd that we passed earlier today.
They are coming very fast.
There they are. They are heading for the valley. Maybe they will stop before they reach the wagon train. We will follow the herd and see if they do any damage. Here, Silver.
Unaware of the danger threatening them, the men and the women of the wagon train rested around their campfires. Grant Elder, the leader of the wagon train, spoke to one of the groups.
Well, folks, we covered a lot, a good stretch of ground today, and tomorrow we ought to do even better.
I don't see where we done so good, Grant.
Now, Silas, don't you go on complaining again.
Why shouldn't I complain? I'm darn sorry I ever came along. We should have stayed back east where we belong.
Yeah?
Yeah. Trouble, man. I'm telling you, nothing but trouble is all we've had. First off, them contractors cheated us back in Eagle City. The grub they sold us is full of worms, and it ain't fit to eat.
Well, it's a blind sight better than nothing.
We ain't had half enough water. Tom Billings' youngin' died the other day. Most of the wagons have broken down at least a dozen times or more. Trouble, man. I'm so blamed sick of it, I wish I'd never heard of this part of the country.
That's no way to talk, Pa. You should really...
Hey, look here, Cora. Don't you be telling me what to think and what not to. You're getting to be just like your ma was. And what's more...
Hey, Grant.
Yeah, what's the matter, Jim?
Do you hear what I hear?
What is it? Oh, Pa, it's a mighty strange thing.
It's a sort of rumbling.
Now, what in the blazes could that...
Grant! Hey, Grant!
Yeah, what is it, Dan?
Get to the wagons! It's buffalo! They're pouring out of the valley like water!
I see it now!
No, look out, look out.
Oh, man!
Hurry, child!
The buffalo swept down upon the unprepared camp. Few of the men had time to hitch their horses, and still fewer were able to dive clear of the stampede. At that moment, the stampeding buffaloes separated, each taking a different path around the wagon train camp. When the danger was over, Grant Elder quickly reorganized the wagon train.
Jim, Dan, round up everybody. Let's take a count and see if anybody got hurt.
Ain't nobody hurt that I can see.
Blast it! Take a look at my wagon. All busted up. There ain't enough of it left for kindling. My stuff all strung out every which way. I've had just about all I'm going to stand for.
Oh, shucks, Silas. You knew when we started out that we were going to have our troubles.
Hey, I can take my share, but I just...
Silver!
What? Who? What the?
I don't know who that is.
He called his horse Silver.
Well, he can call his horse whatever he blame pleases. But what I'm saying is, I've seen all the West I wanna, and I ain't the only one who feels that way either.
Hold up, Silver. Easy now.
Well, I'll be an outlaw.
I am not an outlaw.
But
I am
that
on the side of the law.
What about that mask?
Those who break the laws and deny rights and freedoms of others know us by the justice we bring, not our faces. Came to see if we can help you.
Well, outlaw or not, we can use all the help that comes our way, I reckon.
We were afraid that the buffalo might reach your camp. Did they do much damage?
Damage? Why, the blasted critters just about wrecked us. I wonder if we don't find somebody's been killed.
Here comes Jim. Maybe he can tell us if there's anybody dead or not.
Well, I've had a good look around, Grant. There's about a third of the wagons pretty well smashed up. But I think maybe some of them can be fixed again.
Yeah? Anybody hurt?
Not one, thank the Lord. We was mighty lucky that way.
Where did Dan get to?
He's bringing the women folks along. Here they are now.
Land sakes alive. I've never in my born days had such a scare.
Oh, God. You all right, Cora?
Just shook up a little bit, Pa.
Folks, it's about time we had a showdown.
Meaning just what, Silas?
It's like what I've been saying for the whole last week, Grant. The biggest mistake we ever made was coming out west. What I say is we ought to just turn around come morning and head back for where we belong.
Oh, Silas, what's got into you?
I'm just talking good sense, Maggie.
You really believe that, Silas?
Well, look what's happened. If this was the first thing that's gone wrong, well, maybe I wouldn't say nothing. But it's been one thing after another ever since we crossed that Mississippi.
And now you want to turn back?
Yeah, of course I do. Anybody with sense would feel the same.
Yeah? Well, what do the rest of you think?
I'm for keeping on.
Well, I don't know, Grant. Maybe Silas is right.
Like Silas says, we run into a heap more trouble than we ever figured on.
Is not the opportunity to make a new home worth the sacrifice?
Sure, but...
You man. Grant, the masked man, and Tonto are the only ones with any gumption.
It ain't for women to judge.
We were good enough to nurse you when you're ailing, mend your clothes, and do all the things you'd rather get out of. But when it comes to deciding something, then it's only the men folk that have any say.
Now, honey, it ain't right for you to speak up so.
Why isn't it right? We do our share, don't we?
Cora!
I don't care, Pa. You ought to ask us women what we think once in a while.
That's enough of that. I don't want to hear anything like that out of you again.
Wait. Listen to me. When you people started out, it was to begin new lives in a new country. Do not give up now. Settlers are needed in the West, and whatever your hardships, you will be repaid 100 times before they are through.
Just a second.
Yes?
I'm wondering just what your game is anyhow. Why are you so blamed anxious for us to keep on? It looks mighty funny to me.
You will have to believe I'm thinking of your good.
I don't have to believe nothing, and I don't care if...
Silas, I declare, you're the most contrary man I ever seen.
Now, hold on, everybody. This is something we can decide later on, but right now we got work to do, and it's time we did it.
That's good sense anyhow. We'll straighten things out. Then maybe tomorrow, Silas and the rest of y'all will get your gumption back.
All right, now you come on, you fellas. Let's get them wagons straightened out. Come on, let's go.
Come on, over here. Under the direction of Grand Elder and the masked person, order was quickly restored. The wagons were repaired, and in the morning, at the suggestion of the Lone Ranger, Dan Hardy and Jim Barton trailed the buffaloes to obtain fresh meat for the wagon train.
There they are, Jim.
Yeah.
We'll stop here. If we get too close, they might start running again.
Whoa there.
Better get off your horse, Jim. It'll be easier shooting.
Reckon it will.
There's a good-sized rock. That'll make a rest for our rifles.
Come on.
You know, Jim, I was thinking.
Thinking?
Here we are. This'll do just fine. Yeah, I was thinking. You know, that masked fella might have the right of it after all.
I don't know.
It don't hardly seem like we should have come all this way just to turn around and traipse back home. And all the women folks seem mighty set on going ahead. If we turn around, they're liable to make things right uncomfortable for us.
It ain't for the women to have the say.
Of course it ain't, but still.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, we can talk about it later. Right now, we got to get some fresh meat.
Uh-huh. I got my sights on that critter over to the left.
Yeah? I'll take the one right next to him. You ready?
Yeah.
Don't miss.
I got mine.
Me too. So did I.
Come on, well...
Hey! Those shots are aimed at us.
Look, outlaws. They're coming over that hill.
Back to the horses. Let the meat go.
How many are there?
I don't know, and I ain't waiting to find out.
Steady there. Steady.
We're headed for camp fast as we can make it. Get up there.
Yeah, get up there.
Dan and Jim raced across the prairie toward the wagon train. As they neared the camp, their shouts brought a group of people running to meet them.
Outlaws!
Outlaws! We seen outlaws!
Shooting at us!
Whoa! Stop here! Heard of that? Outlaws fired at us.
They heard us shooting at them buffalo.
You are sure they were outlaws?
We wouldn't mistake a thing like that.
Well, then that settles it.
That settles what, Silas?
We're heading back east. We can face stampedes and dust and sickness, but when it comes to outlaws, it's time we got out of here.
Outlaws would not likely attack a wagon train as well guarded as yours.
They just shot at Jim and Dan, didn't they?
Because they saw them alone.
How do you know what they're going to do next? Grant, I'm telling you, you can't make us go no further.
Do the rest of you feel like this? Jim, what about you? What do you think?
I wasn't so sure before, but right now I says the same as Silas.
This is getting too much.
Well, then, I reckon that's what we're going to have to do.
Land sakes alive. Growed men scared of a few outlaws.
It's your own good we're considering, as well as our own, but besides, it's the men that have to do the fighting. Let me tell you that.
Tonto, come with me. You and I are going to investigate those outlaws. I want to know more about them.
That is good, Kimosabi.
A wagon train bound for Oregon Territory, led by Grant Elder, encountered a series of misfortunes. First, a herd of buffalo swept around the camp, leaving destruction in its wake. Then Dan Hardy and Jim Barton were attacked by outlaws. The men, disheartened, decided to return to the east. The Lone Ranger, unable to change their minds, decided to investigate with Tonto. They dismounted at the foot of a small hill.
I think the outlaws are camped just beyond this small hill, Tonto.
Yes, Kimosabi. I smell the smoke from their campfire. Someone has made bad coffee.
Let's try and get a look at them without being seen.
Yes.
Stay here, Silver.
Carefully and quietly, the Lone Ranger and Tonto climbed the small hill. At the top, they concealed themselves behind some bushes where they could have a clear view of the outlaw camp below.
Look down below. Not many outlaws, Tonto.
What shall we do?
We will return to the horses. I have an idea. I do not want the wagon train to turn back.
No, Kimosabi. That would be a bad thing.
The men are not cowards. They have met an unusual number of hardships.
That is right.
Naturally, they are discouraged. They will go on if we can prove to them that the dangers they fear are mostly imaginary.
What should we do?
Steady, Silver. Tonto, just as soon as it is dark, we are going back to where the wagon train is camped. And there, I believe, we will get some willing help for our plan. Come on, Silver. Get up.
Up, big fella.
That evening, indignant at the attitude of the men, the women of the wagon train gathered in a separate group after the evening meal. Maggie, Jim Barton's wife, Cora, Silas Digby's daughter, and Jean, Dan Handy's sister, voiced their resentment to the men's lack of resolution.
I'd like to shake 'em good. The very idea of turning back when we're this far along. Women take longer to make up their minds, but once we do, there's no turning back.
They say they're going east in the morning, going back home.
And they won't listen to us. Land sakes, there's no home to go back to. We gave up our lives and homes there when we decided to move to Oregon. Can't go back to something that's not there.
It's mostly Pa's doing. If he hadn't kept nagging the others so, maybe they wouldn't have agreed to go back so easy.
It's just like men folk. Always rethinking what's been decided. Always looking for the easy way out.
Now, Maggie, I reckon they ain't no worse than the average.
I ain't never heard that the average man was any good shakes.
If only there was something we could do.
I've tried to talk to Dan, but when I say anything, he only grunts and says, women don't understand things like men.
And a good thing they don't.
I was sort of hoping that masked man could argue them out of it. He seems like he understands women more than our own man.
Wonder where he got to.
Pa says he's some kind of crook.
Crook? I just wish we had a whole wagon train of his kind of crooks.
There is something about him.
Mercy sakes, Jean, what are you saying? Oh, here comes the masked man.
Maggie, Cora, Jean, good evening.
You gave me such a start.
I would like to talk to you.
I'll get Grant if you'll just wait a minute.
I do not want to talk to Grant. Just you women. Do you want to return to the east?
Of course we don't.
Why, we were saying that when you came up.
All of us women want to keep on.
Would you women be willing to do something that might persuade the men to continue?
But what?
I think I have a plan.
If only you had.
I will need your help.
Stranger, we women came out here so as we could have the kind of homes we always wanted. Maybe you don't know it, but when a woman's got her heart set on something, she'd wade through wildcats to get it.
I do have some sense of that desire. It is good to hear you say it.
There's something about you, something different from the other men. Can't quite say what, but it's a good thing. I believe you can help us.
I believe you also. Now, what'd you have in mind?
Listen to my plan. Wait until the men have gone to sleep tonight. Now, do all of you understand clearly what you are to do?
When I think of how the men folks will look.
Here comes Pa.
I will leave now, but do not forget our plan.
We won't.
Say, who was that I just seen you talking to?
Why, well, it was...
You've been up to something.
Now, Pa, we have...
Come on, Silver!
That masked man. Was it him?
And what if it was, Silas? My sakes.
He's an outlaw, that's what. Women. God. You listen to every smooth-spoken crook that comes along. But when your own menfolk try to mansplain you something for your own good, you don't hear no better than if you was deaf.
Sentries were posted that night to guard against a surprise attack by outlaws. Grant Elder and Jim Barton shared the early watch. They sat on the tongue of a wagon, talking softly.
Well, seems like a real shame, Jim.
Huh? What does?
Well, leaving this country, going back east again. You know, the more I see of the West, the better I like it.
It's a mighty pretty country, but it's just as dangerous as it's good to look at.
Yeah, I reckon you're right.
Say, you got any idea what was bothering the women tonight?
Oh, shucks. Oh, they're just mad because they couldn't have their own way.
Well, there's more to it than that.
Well, what makes you think so, Jim?
Well, they was mad at first, all right, but later on they was acting like they had something up their sleeve.
Well, you're just imagining things, Jim. Maggie was most likely just to try and do that to get you all riled up.
Well, maybe. What was that?
I didn't hear nothing.
Listen.
Oh, what's ailing you anyhow? Jim, you're as fidgety as I was on my wedding day.
I could have swore I heard something.
There weren't a thing. It's just the night being so black and the plains being so lonesome. Well, it's like it's getting on your nerves.
You talk like I was a scaredy kid.
Well, you...
Look.
Where?
Over by the end of that wagon. Did you see it?
See what?
It was like a shadow. Come out of that wagon and then was gone. Just all of a sudden.
Oh, by golly, you are nothing.
There's another. Grant, I'm going to have a look.
Oh, you blame fool.
Maybe I am, but how do you know there ain't outlaws sneaking into camp?
Do you see anything?
Just a minute.
Yeah, you better come back here and make yourself comfortable. If you're going to jump every time you see a shadow, well, you ain't going to be fit to live with.
Well, I don't know. Maybe my eyes are going back on me.
I told you there was nothing, now didn't I?
Yeah, but
Now, listen, you just sit down and forget about it. Now, like I was saying, them women don't have nothing up their sleeve at all. Why, right now, I bet they're dreaming in their sleep, wishing they was back east.
The camp was quiet for the remainder of the night. But shortly after sunrise, Silas Digby looked inside the covered wagon where his daughter Cora was supposed to be sleeping.
Leaping lizards!
What's the matter, Silas?
What's going on?
Cora! She's gone!
Ain't she there?
You heard me, didn't you?
But she's got to be.
Well, she ain't. I just looked.
But Jean's with her.
Your sister?
The two of them was going to stay together last night. At least that's what Jean told me.
Now, where in the thunder could they have gotten to? Grant! Hey, Grant!
You calling me, Silas?
Yeah, come here.
And hurry up.
Now. Something's wrong? What's going on?
My girl Cora and Dan's sister Jean have disappeared.
What's that you said? Who's disappeared?
Jean and Cora.
But where's Maggie? She
Maggie?
was with them, weren't she?
Wait, Maggie?
Why, she said she was staying with them.
Well, I'll be.
Hasn't nobody seen them?
Grant, you recollect last night?
Huh?
Them shadows, and that noise I heard. You don't suppose...
Oh, that the outlaws got him? Oh, well, you're loco.
But I...
What'd you say about outlaws, Jim?
It was while me and Grant was keeping guard, Dan. I thought I heard a noise and seen some shadows by the wagons, but I couldn't find nothing.
Didn't you look to see if the women folks were safe?
Why?
We never figured anything was ever really wrong.
They've been took by them outlaws as sure as blazes. Come on.
Where you going?
To get our horses. If them outlaws have got Cora, I swear.
Silas, Grant, Dan, look.
What
there.
in thunder?
Hi-yo, Silver!
It's the masked man again.
And look, the women are with him. And that ain't all.
Huh?
They're holding guns on outlaws.
Outlaws?
Can't you see them?
Gene! Hey, Gene!
Oh, hold up, Silver.
What do you want, Dan?
What's the idea? Them outlaws, you gone loco?
We did it. Doing your work for you with the help of the masked man.
What have you done?
Land sakes alive, Grant. Can't you understand plain English?
Now look here, Maggie.
No, I won't look here, Jim. It's you men that's going to be doing the looking and listening. Here's the outlaws you were so scared of. The masked man helped us capture them.
You women done this?
There was not any real danger, Grant. There were just 5 outlaws. The women remained hidden with only the rifles they carried showing. Tonto and I told the outlaws they were surrounded, and they gave up.
Well, I'll be hornswoggled.
Tonto and I found their camp and thought of the plan. The women joined us during the night. At daylight, when the outlaws could see the guns aiming at them from over the hill, we called on them to give up.
Did you hear that? Can you imagine?
And they did, too. They knew blame well we meant business.
Come on, Cavendish, get down from there.
Get away. Get away. Do you hear me? Let me be. Get away, I tell you. Don't hit me. Don't kill me.
Butch Cavendish, you and these men stampeded that buffalo herd toward the wagon train, hoping to easily rob these folks in their distress. But years before, you killed 6 Texas Rangers back in Bryant's Gap. Tonto and I have pursued you relentlessly. We have already captured all the other members of your old gang. Now we have captured you and these members of your new gang. I'm not going to kill you. I will let the law do that. The hangman's rope is waiting for you all.
The Lone Ranger, with the help of Tonto and the women of the wagon train, had captured Butch Cavendish, the notorious outlaw who killed her brothers and 4 other Texas Rangers.
And these are the outlaws who frightened you men, made you decide to turn back.
It seems sort of funny.
The only thing funny about it is that you men were scared of something that us women fixed.
Never mind them, Cora. I suppose they still figure the West is too hard on them. They'll be heading east again before the day is out.
Well, I don't know. What do you fellows say?
I'll tell you what I say, Grant. We can't stand for women folk showing us up like this.
If we turn back now, we'll be the laughing stock of everybody from here back to Topeka.
We gotta go on.
You mean that, Jim?
And we're going on right now.
It is the heritage of every American, the right to live as free people in a land where there is true equality of opportunity. But this freedom requires hard work. It is your duty to be eternally vigilant, prepared at all times to fight those who dare to challenge our way of life. And you must build homes and farms and villages, mills, factories, and great cities. You have for your own a great nation, together with the will, the heart, the courage to make it even greater. This is your heritage, men and women alike. This is the heritage of every American, no matter where they come from. You will find all kinds of hardships on the trail ahead, Perhaps some of them will be worse than those you have already met. But this should prove that none are as bad as your imagination makes them.
Stranger, you've proved that aplenty.
I thank you for that, Grant, and wish you all the best in your futures. But now, Tonto and I must be on our way.
If he's not an outlaw, who was that masked man?
Outlaw? Why, land's sake, Silas. That was the person we've been hearing about ever since we left home. Everywhere we stopped, folks were talking about this person as brave, just, and honorable. Now we know the legend is true. Why, that's no outlaw. That's the Lone Ranger.
Hi-oh, Silver!
Well, I am sorry to see him go. I'd sure like to know more about that man. There's something special about him. Different from any other man I ever met.
That's very true, child. And there's a plenty you should know. And we'll talk about that later. But right now, Grant, let's talk about how we're getting to Oregon.
Oregon, let's get organized. Let's go.
This concludes tonight's performance of The Lone Ranger Reimagined. Tonight you heard Fred Foy as himself, John Barber as narrator, Barbara Richardson as announcer and Gene Handy, Steve Becker as Captain Daniel Reed and Grant Elder, Joe Clemens as Ranger John Reed, Dan Handy and Man 2, Mark Martin as Collins, Jim Blaine and Man 1, Ian Hanley as Butch Cavendish and Silas Digby, Nick Diattore as Tonto and Cavendish gang member, Brianna Kurth as Cora Digby, Terry Ogle as Jim Barton, Ann McErney-Ogle as Maggie Barton, and Kristen Heller as Jane Reed and the Lone Ranger. This has been a production of Reimagined Radio in partnership with Kiggins Theatre and Metropolitan Performing Arts. Listen for our next performance, Dracula, in September. Until then, ride with the wind at your backs and your face to the sun. Use proper grammar. Fight for what is right. And always respect women. Now, say it with me one more time, those immortal words of the Lone Ranger. Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll be back in September with Dracula. Be safe going home. If you're interested, special meals at Niche, Stout, Cowboy Stew, I think it is, and cornbread muffins. Stop in for after-party delights. Thank you so much for your support of Reimagined Radio. Hi-yo, Silver, away.
Thank you.